Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
Flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
Actually thinking about like when we had started the show, and it was kind of funny how many times we actually never were using the strain on the episode. It was like when we had done the past,
I know.
like, oh, have you tried this one yet? No. Well, we'll come back to that one once we get you that. And then like just continuing to find strains.
Oh, dude, that was all the time because we would get these carts from California called bangers. I'm sure any out in Cali or anywhere that got your supplier,
market, legacy market,
your plug hooked you up. But it was
before there was anything around, and pens weren't in Colorado yet. You know, they were so new.
No, I mean they weren't as ubiquitous as they are now. And as much as I like the what's it called, the disposables, I miss those little carts.
510.
510s are great, dude.
I really do miss the 510 thread. Just having a really good battery or two. I'm trying to think of who it was. I think it was Wesley. Wesley Carter sent me he's using a Yocan dryer vaporizer. It's like $30-$40 for that. And he had sent me, he's like, oh, I'm actually using a dryer, but it's been pretty solid. I like it so far. It was only like $35. Like, who the hell makes it that cheap? And he sent me the link, and I was like, oh, both Jesse and I actually really liked our Yocan batteries for quite a while.
Oh, I still got my old Yocan.
That's cool. I think
the little pink one I got for my wife.
Yeah.
No, but speaking of today, that's why we went into that one, kids, is we're going to be smoking on Durban Dream.
Oh yeah, dude, it's actually a really nice sativa-based like hybrid.
It's more of a chill sativa. Even though it says like it's super sativa-leaning, I don't feel like an energetic like.
But it's Durban Poison and Blue Dream. And Blue Dream can be all sorts of different ways. You know, from being, we've seen it indica, we've seen it sativa, we've seen it hybrid.
Oh yeah.
Just depending on the effects or, you know, the terpenes that grower was able to produce in it. Because just because the seed popped and said it was Blue Dream doesn't mean that the end result is the exact same Blue Dream as you've had at another grower or in another state. One
of the most counterfeited strains out there, but you know,
it's just so easy to grow too.
Oh, it is. Now this is a live resin pen, is that right?
Yeah.
So it's actually really good. It's not like your regular dirty disties. You can usually tell from a dirty disty is the cough. I get a lot of cough with a lot of dirty disty.
I think a lot of it is those synthetic terps that they put in. A lot of them use plant-derived terps, and those don't hit the same. They affect way different, I feel like. Not always on the experience, but like on your throat.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, right? And it's horrible.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I've been really happy about Durban Dream today. I would say it's not terribly spacey.
No.
A very happy, like fun, uplifting, very chatty.
Now, even with the spaciness he's talking about, this is very chatty strain. You can go from one subject to another.
Yes, definitely. It was a flower as bud. This one typically is like mid to high 20s.
Yeah.
That it ranges. The live resin, it said, is like 86.7%. But obviously concentrates always have a higher percentage of THC than you would find in just the flower.
Well, of course. But that's the other thing. I mean, we always talk about is that the entourage effect is so much different from any type of distillate, concentrate to flower. Yeah. Flower always being by far the best interaction that you can have. Honestly, that's the way I feel, because anytime that you get other things involved, it doesn't really work out the way that you want it to.
Well, you're changing it. I think even the concentrates, most of them aren't. There are some that are like ice water extraction and stuff, and there's no heat, there's no temperature, there's no chemical interaction that's done that you're going, hey, this is altering it. So that might be a very similar clean experience to just flower itself. But I feel like all of these other ones where we're adding and changing, whether it's a CO2 extraction or a butane, or they're doing anything else to it, there's something being stripped or added or changed in it that it's not the same as the flower. And so, even when we use the live resin pens or live rosin pens or that, you're really just always trying to chase that flower feeling.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're always chasing the flower feeling. That's why pens are so difficult, because you hit that ceiling.
Yeah,
And
that plateau you can never get past, and you're like, oh.
But I would say though, this
Unless you have the Zenko
oh,
and a cart and just fill it all the way up.
Dude, I get it, and some people really like it, but you got to realize that you're just burning the shit out of your oil.
Oh my gosh, yeah, burning the atomizer
for that
hot.
much long, that long a time. I mean, I don't know about you. I enjoy the taste. I enjoy the experience. It's the same with like any kind of distillate. When you see it in the tank, you can usually tell. Hold on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great spot. Just fucking everybody.
That's okay. We'll see how it is.
We could even do it in the front. Shit, I don't care. But I was going back to, you could tell in the tank when you burned it, because it gets that dark oil, that almost like real thick, organic, local honey look. Just dark. But I like that really clear, yellowish oil there, because it's you can typically tell by that. But with live resins, it's the opposite.
Yeah, they're always a darker oil. Well, anything live, I feel like, even the live rosins. And maybe it's because usually live is just, they flash freeze it right after it's harvested.
Yeah.
So that it stores like all the terpenes, all the cannabinoids in that exact state. And then they go from there, and you can do your extraction, whether it's a clean extraction or CO2 or butane or anything else. But it always leaves this lot darker colored, usually, concentrate that you're left with.
Oh, it's fantastic. One of the best that you can get is being able to go with the live resin pen. There was a time where that's all we had. We were getting live resin, and oh my gosh, we got spoiled. When you go back to older disties, it actually ruins it. Like I can't, a friend of ours had let us try a local cart that they have around here. No names.
It was,
it was so gross.
It was an introduction to disties that they were bringing. I guess they already had disties.
The flavors.
But this was more of flavored disties and with plant-derived terps.
What was it, like blueberry cheesecake or something like that?
Something. And they were very
sweet.
Yeah.
But it
tasted very synthetic. But that's what a lot of them are going to. I think there's so many of that, like Skittles and the candy strains and gelatos and the cakes
I saw that
have been around for so long that it's like, I'm excited for the cheesy, the skunky, the gassy to come back.
You remember that guy we talked to long ass time ago, and he was talking about cheesy strains? What were the strains he was talking about?
I don't remember.
Like the stinky cheese, like the Asiago fresh grated shit.
I haven't had any good cheese strains since I first started going to Colorado, like 10 years ago. So it's been a long time, because most of them haven't, they've all bred in all these new hybrids and stuff, and I haven't noticed as many cheesy strains. And maybe, unfortunately, it's just they haven't come through. We haven't seen them in the last couple of years.
Well, and we're kind of limited too. So I mean, we have a really great partnership with one of the dispensers here, locally owned, but we want to be able to connect with the other ones, because there's a lot of products that you guys are going to be able to try along the same brands. They kind of keep a consistency. They like to be able to keep things in there, just depending on local, whatever's like really hot in that area. Because I mean, Dragonfly, they've got their standbys, but I feel like they don't change them up enough. I feel that some of the ones that stay around,
well, it's hard.
They're not worth it.
I feel like
because they don't sell Blue Dream very much.
No,
which is weird, because it's fantastic. I bought it twice there, and I love it.
I wonder. I think they probably try and switch it up some, so there's variation. Because even when we went, and it was like, hey, there's nothing new again. And last time we went, there was nothing new.
Well, we're limited on what we could be able to get too.
So that's just it. Is there's a lot more products and variations across the country. It just depends on where you're at. We have quite a few legacy listeners who are just out in legacy markets only, and so they don't get the same.
And we participate in the legacy market too. I mean, we're not gonna, we're not holding anything major by any means, but we have enough to be able to sell, and we get some of the best flower from like Oregon, Washington, North Cal, great stuff, even great stuff from Oklahoma. Arizona's all right. It's not bad. I mean, it's super dry weather, but the Colorado, the funny thing is that like Colorado, and I know we can get some hate for Colorado, but Colorado always is so dry.
Yeah.
And it's just not the same. Like even here in Utah, I'm just saying from my experience, I know there's a lot of dispos.
I
visit them
here
all.
too, but like I feel there's some flower that we get that is way better than a lot of the Colorado bud that I was getting. That was just like, again.
You notice
so
that
dry.
like the Colorado, dude. I rarely had to clean my grinder, if ever.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so dry. It just it was
so
easy.
much keef though. My bottom was crazy full of keef all the time.
Did I tell you about my brother, dude? He had like one of those. He never checks.
It was just totally full.
It was so full, and he's like, "What do I do with this?" I'm like, "Smoke it." Like I don't know.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It would be so hard. Like, didn't Eric Kahn or one of those other fuckers put on that one thing?
So the dominant terpene in this one, it says limonene, which is supposed to be great at like boosting your mood and just anti-inflammatory. So
well, and this is a great strain to kind of keep on hand if you can find it. It is prevalent almost everywhere. Utah, not so much, but anywhere else, pretty much. If you've got a large,
California, West Coast, probably if there's a large selection of products to choose from, you might actually just have Durban Dream in your area.
Dude, Redwood Road's retard central. You do know that, right? Every fucking day.
This. Yeah, it's like living by State Street. What the fuck is that noise?
It's a dog.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god. Really?
There we go. Someone shot their dog behind me.
Yeah, limonene is great to be able to have on hand, especially if you feel panicky. The panicky part of like, even with another strain I found by using things like Blue Dream. I used to actually have that if I smoked too much, like an indica, I would counter it a little bit because of the high amount of limonene in Blue Dream. And so it was so nice. But Durban Poison is such a nice add-on to it because it just gets that creativity going.
Yeah, and Durban Poison is such a great sativa anyway for daytime stuff that like doing that with Blue Dream is such a fantastic combination.
Oh yeah, and thinking about it as well, Durban Poison is one of the best strains to be able to have on if you have GI problems. That's including by using, like, I know a lot of you women and men are probably using Ozempic or Mounjaro. If you're using weight loss drugs like that, this is a great thing. The reason why I know, because I use it for my diabetes and it will wreck your guts. And this is like the best thing. Like I told Brandon, like I've had the stomach bug and I threw up one time. Everybody in my family had it. Yakking for like 24 hours. Me, one time.
Yeah.
Chilling on my Switch, just getting high all day. Like I would think that would be the best thing. If you were sick and having a bunch of this in an edible, in a gummy form, just sitting on the shelf, medicine-wise, you just have to throw it out every year once it's expired.
Just eat it before then. Oh shit, these edibles are getting old. I better check them.
You know, and it's usually those people that have bad experience and they try it again. But again, just like with edibles and strains, you got to keep trying.
Yeah, well, not even that. It's so the Great Prophet Ruth had a bad edible experience, and
Recent?
Yeah, in the last couple months, just from the red and blue ones you love so much. She had half of one, and she went into a bad panicky state and stuff.
Did she have a red or blue?
I don't remember, but
the blue I could see that with, but the red one, and that's the thing that sucks too, guys. Like when you're buying Legacy Market, you can have the best plug in the world, and they're bringing you solid stuff, but every once in a while, even they don't get the best stuff. So
not even dispensaries either.
Oh,
sometimes you know
I don't like edibles from just like locally. I hate the edibles here.
I have not found anything that's brand endorsed that is local. So unfortunately, any edible that I have to do is always from outside of Utah.
Well, and the
or
thing,
homemade, because
homemade.
I can make my own and be able to function, get the level I need without having to go, fuck this, you know, I ate 2 bags of edibles and
well, it's like that tray of brownies that we made that one time. Like even those, like you're like, I eat the whole thing. It's like, fucking what? Now what?
Yeah.
And
exactly. You're like, oh, do you want it? Like, I would have to eat the whole tray of brownies and it still wouldn't even hit me.
But even doing that, you know what I realized? It should have been stronger because it's not as strong in that brownie form. And so the edibles and with the strains, you really like, people go, oh, that's why I just dropped my flour right into the batter. Gross. Cool. I mean, dude, I'm not about dropping any of my confection desserts into the dirt and going, nah, it's cool. It's part of it. Like, I want it to taste good. Like those brownies, big mistake I made. It shouldn't have been the fluffy ones. I should have got the chewy ones, dude. Chewy brownies are the best. Like
my favorite
chewy fudge brownies.
I don't do a lot of homemade brownies because I don't do a lot of baking.
I don't. I cook. I don't bake.
Yeah, same. But I actually love Ghirardelli's brownies. They're dark chocolate brownie mix, and it has like 3 different kinds of chocolate in it. That one is fucking tasty. And then I like to take Ghirardelli dark chocolate chips and throw those in there as well.
Oh yeah.
And just it makes it so.
See, and doing that with an edible in that dark chocolate, I mean, even if there was a hint of weed, you wouldn't tell eating it, but everybody in the house who came in is going to be like, fuck.
Yeah. Especially if you're making that.
Oh, but I was thinking about that, and that's one of the things. Like, I would suggest by increasing the amount of canna oil or canna butter that you put into confections, because you're gonna lose a little bit of punch.
Yeah.
In that process, because when you're baking it,
well, and you always lose some anyway, usually throughout the process. Like,
and then when you eat it, you're losing a little bit there. So,
well, I think it's only like 20s to 30%, 30s of percentage of bioavailability that you get from consuming like an edible. It's not really very high percentage anyway.
I wonder if you were so inclined as to chew up the edible in your mouth and then just let it sit in there, like all soupy. I'm sorry.
Try and let it dissolve under your tongue, kind of. See, that's where tinctures come in greatly, and you can do it at such a like 3 drops, 2 drops, one, like however many drops or that you need, and then it kicks in so much faster.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you still swallow it, so you still have the edible effects, but like the instantaneous.
He swallows.
Well, do you spit out your tincture? I bet you swallow it too.
Guilty. But I mean, you know, dude, I mean, it's the thing with like, I don't know, all of it. Like the edibles. Like, here's the thing that I have a big problem with edible companies. Why you got to try to get fancy with your shit and pina colada? Just taste like sprees.
Oh yeah.
Sweet, a little bit sour. That's all I need. I don't want to taste all these flavors. Now, the gummies that we tried, that we got, well, what would they call Sugar highs? Dude.
Oh, they have some really good flavors, but they're more strain-specific flavors. So
I know.
It's like, oh, this is this strain, and this is this strain, and this is... So that's why it's more, you know...
Well, I tried recently the AK-47 or AK Cherry.
Yeah.
Tastes like Twizzlers, dude. It's just so good.
See, I did the blue lychee slushy or something.
What was that?
The problem is
It's just sweet.
Probably. And I have to eat 5 of them at a time.
Yeah, so you don't really get it.
And it's always too much because I'm literally trying to chuck them in to get rid of it all at once. Not, I'm enjoying this to go, what is this experience like? Because
you should eat them like
5 of them, though. And usually I'm just like, it's in the morning that I do it before I go help my dad with something and I'm doing construction stuff. And I know I'm going to hurt. So I'm like, well, I better pop 250 milligrams and go work. And so I do that. But so it's usually all at once instead of like,
brutal.
Hey, I'm just sitting there and enjoying this, you know, this really nice dessert or this meal. I would love to make a fantastic, like really, really infused meal. I just have to dose mine. Everyone's always a separate. So
oh yeah.
Then no one gets fucked.
Yeah, and before you guys get the bright idea of being able to crack open your cart and cook with that, don't do that.
Yeah,
that's gross.
Going to, or infuse any type of oil. Like, it is so simple to do.
I will tell you that Brandon, a long time ago, he made me a tincture with some concentrates.
Oh yeah, I did.
Dude, that was awesome. That was one of the best tinctures ever. I'm just like,
2 or 3 different concentrates that.
Oh, it was just cool, dude. That was it was money. That's actually what I was thinking. I was like, I need to make something out of concentrate, like a tincture out of that. That would be dope.
Yeah.
Now, what are you guys into right now? You guys checking out Durban Dream? Fantastic strain. Totally recommend it.
Oh, it's delicious. What other strains are you guys doing this spring? We're coming up on 420 real soon.
Yeah.
Do you guys have big 420 plans? Someone actually messaged us asking if we were doing another live event, kind of like we were at Dragonfly last year.
Dude, if we would have been able, you know what we need to do? We need to do a live event, but just controlled right here. And then you guys just start spitting questions at us, just ask questions like, what does Brandon like to eat? Or is Jesse into...
Strictly... Oh, no. And... Oh, wait.
Oh, that went weird real quick. What's his name? Anyway, so if you guys stay tuned and go visit Cannabis School, we lot the love. We're growing all the time, but it's because of you guys.
Yeah. Catch you next week.
Love ya.